this is a process to bring a film from an idea stage to an execution stage to a premiere. Walk me through that.
Well, you just nailed it. I mean, it is concept and execution. There are, I think, two sides of the coin, and it's concept and execution. And the concept initially was presented to me by William Tannous, my producing partner for this, and also the star, the drunk, the grandson of Eugene Debs. And he'd sent me some earlier scripts several years ago, and we were just at different places in our careers. But he kept in touch, and I think that's an interesting, thing too, is just keeping in touch with people that are pursuing their passions and doing what they want to do creatively. And so he knew I was still into filmmaking. He sent me the latest draft of this screenplay, which was about a young, apathetic, intelligent drunk who was arrested by a guy that was running for prosecutor, and they had some family history, and then they ended up both running for governor. And I felt this connection to the script, I think, on a personal level.
How so?
Because I've struggled with alcohol. I think lots of people have their own demons, and that particular form of substance abuse is one of mine. And I thought he was really honest. I mean, it was like really compelling to me that he'd written this draft as a guy in his late 20s about a character that was authentically struggling with drinking too much alcohol, quite frankly. And I don't have anything against alcohol. I mean, I think that if it's honored and you relate to it properly, it can be a source of celebration in moderation. But this script was not about that kind of person. This was about someone who had a lot going on intellectually and a lot of curiosity and passion about politics, but it was misdirected. He hadn't found his voice. He hadn't found out how to direct it. So this was the initial concept in the first draft of the screenplay. And I had the unique opportunity in college to do an internship at Columbia Pictures, with Sony Pictures in Los Angeles, for development executives there. A woman named Andrea Giannetti, she was an executive on Big Fish, great film, also films like Charlie Angels too. Anyway, I got to sit in on pitch meetings at Columbia Pictures and read screenplays as they were submitted to the studio. And developed a good relationship with the executive, and she took me under her wing as far as how to nurture a draft through revisions, how to give notes to a writer, how to even work with writers to be part of the writing process, to adapt a script and cultivate it into a stronger screenplay. And William was open to that. I said, this script really interests me, but I have some questions about things that might we be able to tweak or change or make it stronger, make it tighter, give it more of a through line, and he was open to it right away. So I connected him with a few writing coaches. There are screenwriting coaches out there that you can find, if you can find legitimate ones, and they gave him notes on subsequent drafts, and he continued to make the screenplay stronger. And then at some point, we just sat down and started working on it together. It was kind of an organic thing. We didn't really say, all right, on that day, Paul's going to become the co-writer. It just kind of happened, because I'd also written screenplays. And then we put our heads together, and I just kept scratching my head and being like, if we're going to shoot this in Terre Haute, if this is a place where we want to capitalize on, the great resources of the city and people we know, do an independent film here, how can we root it in the city's historical, place? Eugene Debs. And I was like, we have a guy here who ran for president, who is still talked about in history books, who is a revolutionary in many ways when it comes to very progressive ideas, a lot of which were subsequently adopted. Really a prescient-forward thinker. And William went home and slept about it, and then he picked up a book that night, and in that chapter it was about Eugene Debs, and he was like, "Eureka!" That was a sign. So he called me. He's like, "This is it. Yeah, absolutely."